Okay. So, hey guys, welcome to this and that with Sophia. So this is kind of new. I'm Sophia, by the way. If you haven't met me, you still can't because of the mask, but COVID. So you gotta make sure we're good. But yes, you guys have never seen me, only my voice, which I hope is good. But yeah, so we're in here in the studio room, and I have the one and only, the one who has always been there to me freshman year, the thick and thin. We've been through thick and thin. The Nina to my Benny, the one and only Alanna Cajigas. This
Hey guys,
is my guest speaker, as you should. Yes.
round of applause, guys.
Well, yeah, so this is Alana. We're going to have a very special episode of this, and that right here, talking about some college tips, college 101, anything that has to do with that. Since I'm a junior and Alana here, we both go to the same school. She is a current senior studying virtually at Cooperative Arts and Humanities. So yeah, so we're gonna just have a mini interview, enjoy it, be funny. This is freedom right here.
Let's go. Hope y'all enjoy.
You don't have to worry about anything. This is not a college audition.
Oh my gosh. So nervous.
All right, so here we go. Yeah, you definitely have to be nervous for this. This is too much. Okay, anyway,
Right.
so this is simple. So express your art, your grade, and some career goals that you want to do in the future.
Well, as you said, I go to Co-op High School. I'm a theater student. So that's my art. My art is theater.
Period.
That's pretty, I feel like that pretty much expresses me. I love acting, love musicals, love singing, dancing. But most of the acting and musicals and being part of plays and stuff.
Period. So I see that you are a senior, right?
Yes.
So how is your senior going virtual wise? Because apparently we're doing COVID. COVID is coming. Like who knows when she's gonna be gone? But how are you doing that with your senior being virtual?
First of all, shout out to class of 2021. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, it has been such a tough year, Sophia. As we all know, we all been through it. I just think, especially for a senior, that's real hard. Just cause unlike other years before,
Yeah.
or that past year, last year, I feel like class 2021 hasn't had much support.
Yeah.
Like when it was class of 2020, there was some. Here's this, the news. Barack Obama said something. Yeah, so it's just been tough, I feel like we haven't been getting that much support.
Mm.
But besides, I think we're used to it by now. It's really sad because, the way that we're living now it's so drastically different. Like, before, if you would have had this podcast last year, we wouldn't have been wearing a mask.
Right.
You would be able to see my face. Or in her face too. Like we would be able to see each other and just talk and laugh and have a good time, which we're doing already.
Right.
Drastically different. Learning online super hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel bad for the little kids,
Yeah,
but as a senior, it's just hard because like sometimes you see your classmates, sometimes you don't. You can't really interact with them unless it's like outside of school.
Yeah.
But even then, like we're outside of school right now, but we can't hang out the same way we used to before. Just everything's different. It's more complicated. College stuff in general, like having the access to do that is more on your own rather than school helping you.
Yeah.
Guidance counselors are hit or miss, but they would help you way more than they are currently because they're always emails this, emails that, maybe a phone call, maybe like a Zoom or a Google Meet. But even then, technology can be so flimsy. Like my internet goes down all the time. I had my internet switch from Frontier to Xfinity, and it's 10 times better now. But at the same time, like you still see me breaking out if we're on a Zoom call.
Apparently, Zoom just doesn't like.
Zoom doesn't like my computer.
Yeah.
I have a Chromebook. Zoom doesn't like my computer, but Google Meet works fine. It's just hard in general. We're all going through it, but I just feel bad specifically for seniors.
Yeah, I think so too. Like me as a junior, obviously we still have one more year to do everything. We're not. I can't relate and be like, oh yeah, definitely I'm struggling too. Because obviously, there's some areas that I'd be struggling in, but as a senior, there's probably many things. So I know you kind of explained this before, but like, how has COVID affected all the activities and things you would be doing senior year? Like, how does that have affected you?
Yeah, definitely a lot of negative effects. Obviously, like the committees and groups and stuff like after school clubs that seniors would normally be a part of, like senior committee, we would have, been fundraising for like our senior class trip, like prom, like graduation, all those type of like big school kind of activities. Also, like the dances that we would have at school, and we used to have like 2-year coordination and like spring fling. But obviously, we seniors can't put those on and like fundraise for our class.
Yeah.
And if we don't fundraise for our class, how do we like buy spaces to have our events? If we can't have those events, then what are we doing? And most of that has been changed into virtual events. And even then, I'll give you a perfect example where I'm a peer leader in my school, and we've been trying to do this virtual game trivia night event.
Oh my god.
Admin just keeps pushing us back. We were planning it in December, and it's February, and it still hasn't happened. It's supposed to happen next Wednesday.
Yeah.
But like we've been like planning that for so long, and then it just keeps getting pushed back and pushed back. And I feel bad because like we're trying to fundraise for our senior class, but at the same time we don't know what we're fundraising for.
Right.
We don't know if we're gonna have it and anything like that. So it's just crazy because you don't know what to do. Like no one's telling us specifically, and if we ask somebody like the administration, they send us to the board of education, and they haven't been any help to us.
Right.
And yeah, that's just difficult.
Yeah.
I will go on a tangent just about the board of education, but we're gonna keep it light and fun and nice.
But we can go on about many things and just rant.
Like, I can go sick on the board of education, but
true. But no. But yeah, basically at our school we would be doing a lot of activities. Like we had coordination, so sad.
Thespian society.
We had honor society. We are still doing events, but like they're virtual, so like we can't really be inactive and like be there and actually do it face to face and host events and stuff like that. And like who knows what other activities you're going to do, like with the peer leaders thing for the Kahoot trivia night. And all the other things that are going to be happening, they're all going to be virtual. So, so what are you thinking with about prom wise, graduation? Like, what do you think is going to happen? What are your feelings about that?
Well, I mean, obviously, I hope that we have a graduation. I hope that we have a prom. And I'm not gonna say like I don't see it likely. More, I don't see likely happening prom. But graduation, they're gonna do something for graduation because last year they did at least do the drive-by thing where like the students would drive by in the car, whatever, woo, cheer. It was on like live on Instagram, Facebook. I was watching that. I remember that last summer. And get your diploma like that, and then you just exit the park at Lighthouse. And like that's an okay alternative. Would I like that? Absolutely not. Obviously, I want to do it at the Schubert. I want to have like my friends there or my family there. Like I want that support because obviously like we go through high school, and high school is so challenging as it is. Even before COVID, it was super, super challenging. You got the kids who don't like you. You got your friends. High school drama. You have like grades. Teachers that aggravate you or don't teach you well. Then you have the good teachers that you say good morning to every day. You say hi, Miss or Mister. How you doing?
Right.
Like you have all those things, and it's like school has always been very stressful, but to another level, I just really don't see that type of stuff happening. Like obviously, like I'm hurt, but I've come to the point where I have to accept it and be like, it is what it is. I can't stress myself about it because I'm doing all that I can. Yeah. Like I've written to the Board of Education. Like my mom speaks at those meetings every single time, and just every time we get shut down. So it comes to a point where you just got to be like, it is what it is. You try to have fun with yourself and as many people as as you can safely, and you just come to that acceptance, being like, might not happen. Yeah, it sucks, but at least you'll have a better time in college, hopefully.
Right.
Which is what this podcast is going to be about. This episode.
Well, yeah. So everything that you've been saying, like, I don't know. Did class of 2020 have their? I don't think they did.
No, it was so bad for them. I
Yeah.
felt terrible.
And
They got a yard sign.
they had a drive-by graduation thing, which obviously isn't the worst thing in the world. They still got to take pictures of their diploma and stuff like that. But like
Yeah.
obviously, what you would think is going to the auditorium and see everybody walk by and everybody cheering and everything.
Yeah.
So like hopefully it doesn't happen this year, but who knows? Like the vaccine obviously is going around doing things and everything, but
Yeah, my grandma already got the vaccine actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my dad's mom. Yeah, she got it. She was happy. She got a little sticker and everything.
Oh, okay.
And she sent it. It got sent around. It was really good. All her friends got it, so she had to have it. She's one of those people, But I'm glad it's going around at least.
Yeah.
I hope it works and stuff.
Yeah, hopefully, because this COVID is not it. It's
not. We quarantined for so long and like been like this for so long.
But like then you look at Australia, they have been in lockdown and they live in the vibe. But we're not gonna talk about that.
Is Australia bigger than the United States or we're bigger than bigger than Australia?
I don't know. Australia is smaller than the United States.
So then that makes sense why that it would be faster.
But they all locked down. Nobody had.
Oh
any
yeah,
fear
no,
of
100%.
being out,
100%.
Because everyone knows in the United States, somebody got some type of problem. It does a whole thing, and then apparently people don't want to do that, and other people do.
Some people just don't want to be followers, or they're like, there's something wrong with it, or this, that, and the third. But I'm just saying, like, if Australia is smaller than us, so it makes sense.
True.
Why even more so it would be over quicker because there's less people.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we're here to talk about this.
Sorry, Australia, love you.
So we're gonna get off the topic of senior year and everything.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be talking about more of what you are, which is a theater senior at co-op or theater major senior.
Yeah.
So theater, theater is a broad thing, but as you said before, you like to do like the acting portion, the singing portion, maybe a little bit of the dance portion. But
you see my moves. You see my moves.
But so theater must be a big thing in your life. So how has theater changed your life, your education, your way of living, looking at other people differently, your situations, everything like that?
Well, I just think like anything through song is way better, way more fun.
Period.
Like you saw when Hamilton came out on Disney Plus, like the amount of people who watched it, and how many people's lives that it's touched, how much money that it's not provided, but that was what's the word? When it comes up for charity, type of like that, where it was fundraised.
Mm-hmm.
Like how much money that gathered to give to charities for other people. They brought Hamilton to Puerto Rico, and then gave the money to certain charities there. And I just think that theater is a very, very great outlet. I know it's one of the only outlets for me because I love theater so much. It's a very big part of my life. I mean, I'm a major in high school. For college, most likely I'll be a theater major and communications, but they kind of go hand in hand a little bit. It's a major part of my life. I love the acting portion, love the singing. Everyone, like, I'm a big music person. So, when I'm listening to songs on the radio, I'm like vibing good time. If I'm sad, music is really the stuff that cheers me up. And that most of the time it's musicals. Because musicals are basically music.
Right.
That's acting, some dancing. And it just it tells a story that definitely moves you.
Mm-hmm.
And it like connects to me personally on a different level. Where like I'll get it even more. And like who doesn't love movies? Movies and theater, it's like theater is everywhere in the world. That's what I do my capstone on. My capstone's on how theater impacts society. And theater is everywhere. The way that we communicate with other people, the way we express our emotions.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like EQ, emotional intelligence. It's something that's definitely already ingrained in human society. Like me and you right now, we're connecting on a different level. And I would say that technically, like this could be theater. This is a podcast show. We're not acting, but you put on a different persona and you really just get into that and you vibe, and it's a very, very big part of my life. And I love it.
Nice. Well, like obviously theater is like how you said everything. It doesn't have to necessarily be acting. And me, like just like you, like theater has also been a big part in my life. I love acting, love singing. I mean, we're doing musicals. Like, what have you done? 3 musicals already? Well, technically 2. The other one didn't really do it. But
no, we've done this is our third one.
Our third one.
Together.
If you count
Yeah.
Rent. Yeah.
No, we'll count it because we went through it and we were about to perform. Then March 11th, March 12th. It's alright. We're over it.
But yeah, so theater is a big part in both of our lives. You know, not only just that portion, but just like, you know, having the experience and going through things like that. And so how is theater? We all know how theater was before your freshman and sophomore year, you know, and junior year. Yeah, half of your junior year. We know how fun it was, you know, obviously in theater. If you guys aren't theater majors or have anything to do in theater, like, you know, you usually play games, you do performances, showcases, you have a cast, a family to be with. You have amazing art teachers that are, sometimes they can be crazy, sometimes they can be all over the place, but, you know, there's always somebody there to help you out with auditionings and all kinds of stuff. So I want to know, like, how is art now, like, you know, virtually? How are you doing with your art?
Well, right now I'm in the capstone portion of my learning right now. And then we're actually working on our senior play, which is going to be basically like a movie.
Ooh.
Because it's weird to say, like, virtual performance, and it's getting streamed. It's basically a movie that we pre-recorded, same as Fame.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we premiered.
Basically, we're stars, guys. I'm a star, and we're having it written by an outside playwright who I believe goes to the Yale School of Drama. Mm-hmm. So cool, yes. And it's I don't give any spoilers, but it's basically kind of what we're going through right now, just quarantine type stuff. It's definitely COVID related.
Yeah.
And so we have that going on, but I'm not really part of like a writing group because I want to focus on more like acting related things. But on the other note, what I'm mainly focusing on is my capstone, which is the research paper, obviously the research that goes with the paper, and the actual like slideshow presentation in my creative portion. And that's really what we've been doing because we can't really do much.
Right.
I mean, I don't know what the other grades are doing, so I don't know if you guys have done scenes or anything like that.
Well, yeah, for us, we have done a playwriting unit, and we did, like, I wrote my own play, and so we had a little mini performance for the other class and some parents who wanted to watch, and so we did, like, a little unit on that, little presentation. We're doing a big project now that is a mail-by project, which is what we do plays or, like, scripts or things like that, and we mail them to people, and they would have to wait to get the next portion. You know, something like that.
Okay.
So if you want to get a ticket, you know,
for what?
You gotta pay to play.
Let's get a coupon.
I got you. I'll get you a discount.
Thank you. 50% off.
Of course. But no, so like we're doing things too. So like how besides like your capstone and all things like that, how are the classes virtually for your art? What are you like doing? How is like, you know, what you do for your art?
Okay. Well, we've had the same teacher before.
Yeah.
So we already know how usually can we talk about Espo? Our teachers?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So we have
we'll shout them out too.
Yeah, at Espo, our theater teacher, one of the famous theater teachers at Co-op High School. He's known for his amazing blasting music, basically at the beginning of any meet, and every single one, basically. So obviously, we usually start with a coffee talk with the whole senior class, usually on Mondays, but then sometimes we have to do individual work. And so I'm like, it's kind of boring telling you like, oh, I do my capstone every day. And, like we barely talk. We meet for 10 minutes a day and say, hey, how are you? And everybody has their cameras off because you know how we are. Yeah. It's like 8 a.m. Right. No one wants to be on camera. I'm sitting here in my oversized t-shirt, sweatpants.
I'm still in pajamas.
Like I'm drinking coffee. I'm like, I don't want to be on camera today. Sometimes I do go on camera because I feel bad for my teachers because I don't want them staring at a blank screen all day. I mean, I do that anyway with my shows, but you know, I feel bad. But we do coffee talks, talk like that for a little bit, then turn our cameras right back off. And we start to talk about our weekends, and then back to normal, talking about like the agenda. Okay, we have this coming up, this coming up. Make sure your capstones are due this time. Keep working on creative portions. It's mainly a lot of independent work. I've noticed. There has been a couple of times where in the beginning of the year we played some different types of, I don't want to say theater games. They're just more like games that people do now because they're virtual.
Right.
Like find something that's red. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Show it.
So do you think this would be, obviously everything's virtual.
Yeah.
So do you think your senior year in theater would be kind of different? Because you're still doing your capstone, you're still doing these things. So do you think it would be kind of different or like kind of similar in some way? Like obviously it's not gonna be virtual, but like you think you would still have time for theater games or have time to talk or just do your capstone in person or something like that?
Oh yeah, 100%. I had the same conversation with my teacher, just talking about, although like the capstone process really hasn't changed because it is more of an independent process. It's not something you really collaborate with unless it's for your creative portion. You're collaborating with other people.
Yep. You're collaborating.
As long as you're not as long. Since you're not usually collaborating with other people unless it's your creative portion, nothing really has changed. But you would be, if we were actually in the building in person, we would be doing the vocal warm-up. We would be doing the physical warm-up. Yeah. We would be playing the games. Because obviously, when you're having a slow day or it's like a Monday and you're like, oh, I'm tired, low energy, you want something to pick you up. And so that's when we would usually play theater games. Or
we would do the little, when the weather be cold,
when the weather is hot, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not.
Or like, what is it? Sandy picks.
No, I don't do that one.
Wait, there's one that we do.
The one with the W's. Winnie and Willie Williams.
What?
I thought it was Winnie and Willie Williams.
Something like that.
Oh wait, she stood on the balcony. Inexplicably hiccuping. And amicably welcoming him up. Yeah, see, that one's a good one. That was a good one.
We don't do that anymore.
Stop.
I don't know. I feel like at some points it would get annoying, but at other points I really needed it. And these are the times where like, you
need it.
You just need it. Even if you're like in bed or something like that, it just feels good to like, because like obviously projection wise and like articulation and stuff like that, if I want my diction to be clear and understood, looks deep, tip of the tongue will help it to be good again. But like, it just feels good,
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is like the big thing we want to know. So besides your capstone, what other projects are you doing? Or you can elaborate more on capstones or something like that.
Project wise, I wouldn't call this a project. I think my auditions, obviously. I feel like that's essentially a project, but obviously it's outside of school. It's on top of all the schoolwork. And I feel like Fame Junior. Fame Junior, pop out, watch us virtually.
No, yeah, Fame, the musical. It's a musical, guys.
A musical.
But yeah, that's virtual.
That is virtual. It's a movie. Come to our red carpet. Come to our red carpet.
We're doing a gala. Virtual gala.
Oh, we have to dress up for that and everything. Ew. You should do it here. Look at the pretty bags.
Okay, get ready with me.
That's such a good idea, though.
But yeah. So like the next question to tie into the next portion that we're doing, which is the college life. So why? Well, first of all, what colleges are you interested in auditioning for and stuff like that?
Well, they see this. Hey guys. Well, currently I'm looking at. Or should I talk about where I've been accepted first?
Well, like what have you been interested in?
Like major-wise?
Like not exactly like audition in, but like there was like before senior year I started like, oh, I really want to research more of that and stuff.
Well, I was looking at all the state colleges because I want to be closer to home, to my family. And I don't want to be too far because some colleges, as you know, are super, super big.
Yeah.
Some are real tiny. Like some liberal arts colleges, like all the way like in Rhode Island. Other places, New York, because New York's super big. And stuff like that. So I was mainly looking at the state colleges, looking at Emerson. I've been looking at Emerson for a while, which is in Boston. Boston. It's not that far. It really isn't. And since I obviously we had friends who were in the class of 2020, so I was for one of my close friends, I was really close to her through her college process as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at her college, which was a college in New York, and there really wasn't much. More just looking at closer to home stuff and a little bit farther out, trying to find those colleges that that are the right fit for you, major wise, size wise, and diversity, because diversity is a really big thing for me.
Right.
Because I just want to be surrounded by all different walks of life.
Mm-hmm. Period. But okay, so in any of those colleges, like what is a major or a minor or anything you want to do in that certain college or in general?
I'm definitely looking more at the theater arts, BFA, theater performance and education, theater education. More definitely guided towards theater.
Uh-huh.
And then obviously most colleges have a communications program, so I thought that'd be nice to have at the same time. Because the arts is definitely a really hard career to get into.
Yeah, definitely.
And I love to have fallbacks. I like things being reliable and stable, so I want something to fall back on just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Or do at the same time. And I think they mesh well together.
Yeah,
I think you could definitely find your own ways through there.
So auditioning to like arts colleges, explain your reasoning of why specifically an arts college, why not something in the scientific field, something in the mathematical field, something that has nothing to do with the arts or anything like that. Why the arts?
I'll keep it simple. I suck at math, I suck at science. I think it's very relatable to be really good at like English writing than be terrible at the science and math.
Yeah.
And that's the type of person I am. It's just like I'm really good at the writing, the English, like all the playwriting units and all that. I used to love that. I still do. And that's the type of person I am. But math and science just trip me up. And it's not my thing. Sometimes people are really good at it. Sometimes they're not. Some people have the algebra brain. Some people have the geometry brain. Like I never had that. There's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. I just never liked that field where I connected and said, I want to do this for the rest of my life.
Right.
Like, it's going to make me happy. But I mean, I'll do it because you should know math and you should know science. But nothing I would pursue in the long run.
So, as theater being a very thing that you want in college, and just college in general, what are you looking forward in going to college or getting accepted or things like that?
Oh, this is a really good question. I'm really looking forward to obviously meeting new people, like making new friends. I think that's important.
Without replacing the old friends.
Obviously replacing the old friends. Getting a little tired here.
Anyways, so this is where the podcast ends.
She's my only friend.
Oh my god.
Just kidding. I have more friends. We just always seem to just coming back to each other. Like the last two brain cells.
For real.
I'm really looking forward to obviously like being in a dorm, like having that independence. Because like although I am 17, turning 18
in a month,
literally. So I'm not gonna say like I don't have complete freedom and independence now, but it's just a different level. Like obviously like depending on myself. Obviously I know I can depend on my friends and family, but it's just a different thing, an experience. Having like a room that I share with somebody, possibly, depending on COVID. And because I've never had that. I'm an only child, so it's just me and my parents in the house and 2 dogs. Shout out Harry and Lucy. And they're great, but I've never had that with somebody else ever. And so it's a different experience, and I'm, excited. I want to decorate a room.
Yes.
Like, I think that's cool. I think it's just a different place where you're kind of like not living on your own, but it's a new thing. It's a new flavor. Mm-hmm. So I just want to try it. Mm-hmm. And you never know, like different college, like campuses, like some of them have cool like school clubs.
Right.
I just think it's all new. It's a whole new world. I know you do that. We're not seeing that a lot.
Well, okay, so this is one of the questions that I think you'll have a hard time answering, but I really want to know, and I think the people out there want to know too. When you go to college, are you gonna miss me? Oh my god.
Of course not.
Wow.
Of course, I'm gonna miss you because I'm gonna be in college and you're gonna be a senior, and I'm gonna be like, I need a friend. You're like, I'm getting ready to like go to this meeting. Wait, I need a friend. I'm by myself. You want to get food?
Oh my god, not the food.
Bubble tea.
Oh no, we're not doing that.
Crepe. We can go grab crepes.
Oh,
See? Mm.
This is why you can't go far away. We need to stay for our little places.
Yeah, sure. Okay, but then when you go to college, what's gonna happen to me?
Go to New York. I'm sorry.
Exactly my point. Don't come at me.
Well, like besides me, how do you feel about like possibly leaving like your friends and family? Obviously, you don't want to go that far, but how do you think? You know, because every senior has to go through it, obviously in college and everything, and especially now you want to be in a dorm. You're not going to see your parents that often or your friends that often. You know, you're going to have your own separate college life and everything. So, like, how do you feel about that?
I don't know. It's something that I've been thinking about really. But I really don't think it's gonna be.
sorry, I was thinking.
I don't think it would be that different. I really don't think it would be that different. Like I know that I won't be really, in close physical contact with as many people anymore, but I don't think that stops communication. You can always call, FaceTime, virtual stuff, because there are kids on college campuses that have to stay there for a while, and I just really don't see it changing too much. Obviously, I know people do grow apart, people change. That's normal. It's a part of life. But my favorite saying is that friends are like stars. You might not always see them, but they're always there. Aww. And that's my type of philosophy when I don't talk to people for months. Because sometimes, like, you don't talk to somebody for months and it, like, ends like that. And it's like, you don't have the same friendship. But some people, the special ones, you can talk to them in, like, 5 months and it would still be the same thing.
Right.
And for those people who are, like, true, like, those true friends, like family, that connection will end. It won't be lost. Yeah, it might change, but it's never going to completely be just gone. Right. So I just think the positive. I don't think it'll put so much of a strain. Mm-hmm. And you always make time for people.
I mean, yeah, we'll see in a year or two of this podcast if Alanna is still here.
You mean when she's all being us over here, supermodels, not inviting me places?
Then you'll know what happened. But no, we're in this for life.
Of course,
that's just our thing. But yeah, so while we end this section term thing, share a couple of your hopes and a couple of your fears for college and stuff like that.
I should start with fears because that's like, and then it ends on a better note. Here, I don't know, kind of like I wouldn't say afraid. I'm not gonna give it power, but a little bit hesitant. About like obviously like college can be financially straining. Mm-hmm. And I'm not in the position where I can get a lot of financial aid. It's kind of the thing where it's like, when you're like middle class and you don't have enough money for college, but you don't have like zero money where people give you aid. Mm-hmm. So I'm in that position where it's like, I need the money because I don't want to be in debt because I don't have the money that I obviously to pay for college. At the same time, I'm not in super need of it like other people would be. So that's a little bit, but I know I'll figure it out. There's always scholarships. There's scholarships for everything.
Yeah.
You just gotta apply yourself and actually apply and work towards it.
Yeah, I remember you were telling me the scholarship websites during Thrive over the summer.
I was like, so there's this one FastWeb, was that Niche?
Yeah, all types.
And then the school sent it to you as well. Yeah, I applied for like one scholarship already, and I'm about to apply for a different one, but they're for Hispanic people.
Oh,
you got the Hispanic scholarship. That's where you get the money.
Okay, thank you for that.
Of course, nah, those are good. Oh, I'm Puerto Rican. If you guys didn't know by my last name, you probably can't tell, but yes, I'm Puerto Rican. Full 100%.
We kind of whitewashed, but.
Okay, but in summer. But in summer, it's different. It's different. Okay, trust me. I'll pull up a picture. So you guys know.
So, what are your hopes for college?
Hope, that I get accepted into all of them. I've gotten sick to half of them at least, well, more than half.
I should.
But like my number one school, I just want to get in. Because you apply to, sometimes there's like that one school that you apply to that's out of reach, not really out of reach, but like your dream school, and you're like, I want to know. At least if I get in, I like you have that satisfaction to know that you got in.
Mm-hmm.
You just chose not to go.
Period.
And that's what I want. I want that satisfaction to prove to myself and be like that. So I hope that's what ends up happening. But you never know. I also hope that COVID, ends.
Yeah.
I hope
Definitely.
that I'm thinking of back to normal, or not back to normal, just we don't have to maybe be 6 feet in social distance.
Yeah.
I mean, the masks aren't that bad.
Yeah, you can accessorize,
Yeah, they are cute. I mean, I chose this mask that don't match my outfit, but like if you matched it well, and let's say you're breaking out underneath here.
Oh God.
Like me right now. Then it works, and I just hope that COVID, just ends or just ceases, and it becomes a thing of the past where we're like, we blinked and we're like, that was a bad dream.
Right.
I want to wake up and be like, that was a terrible dream. It didn't happen.
But no, yeah. So to end off this whole conversation that we've been doing, very good. We could continue talking about many things
for hours.
But to end this off on a good note, like, what are some of your dreams in the future? Some of your goals, things you want to pursue in the future?
Well, I want to meet Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Me too.
Obviously,
I'm compatible with him.
He could be your father.
Oh wow.
He could be your father. Next. I don't know. What do we even have? Like dreams. I'm not saying I don't have dreams. They're like similar to my hopes. Does it have to be college related?
No. Just anything in the future.
Okay, future.
I want 2 weeks.
I want to have a really good graduation. I want to just have a really good graduation. I really hope I do.
You heard it here, co-op.
Yeah, and I want to have a prom co-op. If not, this is what I'm about to do. I'll tell you my prom process. A, summertime. This is when you can have things outside, more people. Okay, then I invite my whole entire theater class because my school won't do it because my school has little problems and the Board of Education don't be doing nothing for the seniors. Anyways, I invite my theater class and then I invite Sofia, obviously, and then I invite some more seniors and then I rent out a place and I'll charge people because I can't pay for that out of pocket, but I'll charge them regular ticket prices so that I can buy it and rent it. And then I have my own party. I have my family cater because grandmas be loving to make the rice all the time.
Not the grandmas.
Of course, I'll be like, oh, you want to make anything on rice? Okay.
This is why we have giant Hispanic families,
Exactly. So then they make the food, and I'm like, thank you, I really appreciate you come, and all that other stuff. And then we all wear a mask, and we could be looking cute and have a good time outside the school environment. Cause school is not doing nothing for us. Therefore, I do it for me and my people.
I should have put a little warning that she might go off.
Oh, trigger warning.
Trigger warning.
Trigger warning. Maybe
yeah.
You can edit it.
Oh God.
Trigger warning. There may have been some subjects where Alanna speaks loudly and about a lot of things that don't mean.
But yeah, so this has been like a great time. Thank you for being here. I just want to put it out on the table. If you have anything else to say to the listeners, anything in general, that doesn't have to be college related, just anything, this is your moment.
All right, watch my TikTok. I'm kidding.
We'll put it in the description.
Oh no, please don't. I don't need to.
But yeah, so it's been great coming here. Thank you so much for coming. If you have any other questions and things like that, there's always the internet. There's always Google to search more about college life and everything. And obviously, we're going to experience it. So, we're going to go for the joyride.
Or if you're in it right now, listening to this.
Yeah, if you're in it right now, good luck. It's been pretty hard, but you're going to get there.
We're proud of you.
This. You're a warrior, honestly. But yeah, so everything will be in the description below for the @ to the Instagram for this podcast. The same for mine. It will also be Alanna's Instagram @ down there. She feels like it, but she probably does because she wants her followers. It will be down there. But I hope you guys are staying safe. Look at us with our masks on here for COVID. Vaccines coming soon. If you decide to take it or not, that's your choice. But thank you for being here with us, talking about the college life, which is crazy. But have a like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
How do you feel?